Matt Chan, Graham Holmberg, and Rich Froning.
Okay, here we go. We'll let Dave describe the workout to him.
This crowd is spoiling for a fight, and they're going to see it.
On the command of 3, 2, 1, go, you'll do 30 push-ups. All the way down, hands come up, all the way up, that's 1. Once you complete 30 on this side, you'll come over here, climb the wall, and then on that side, you'll do 21 overhead squats. Come back here, climb back over, that's 1 round. The workout's 3 rounds, 7-minute cap, 30 push-ups, 21 overhead squats, 3 rounds, 7-minute cap, 3, 2, 1, go.
I guess they thought Dave was kidding there. He said 3, 2, 1, go, and they just stood there for a second. The crowd even got into instructing them to get going.
These are some good body weight athletes, especially Chris Spieler. When you think of body weight Metcon work, you think about Chris Spieler.
Boy, you got that right.
He has some records when it comes to that. But you know what? Also very efficient is Mikko Salo is also.
Look how fast Mikko's going.
He's going very fast. You got to think as well. He's got a 1 minute and 11-second grace. That means he doesn't breathe for 1 minute and 11 seconds and just keeps throwing the weight overhead. And of course, it is Chris Spieler first to the wall, and he is up and he is climbing. He is already at the top, and he is over, but close behind him. He's got a lot of competition here. He's got all the way across the board to the top of the screen. We're looking at Austin Maliolo doing great. Rich Froning, Graham Holmberg also showing why they are at the very, very top. Mikko Salo there catching up. He is on the bar now.
I think you could expect that all 6 of these athletes will go through a 21 rep scheme. Rich Froning already has 10 reps in of 21, and I think they'll all go unbroken. The rounds to beat, 2 complete rounds plus 30 push-ups.
Just like Pistons, they're going up.
Yeah.
This weight is no issue. Holding the weight, keeping it overhead, not a problem. And it looks like
Rich Froning back over, Matt Chan back over.
Matt Chan, a firefighter used to obstacles like this.
Rich Froning.
Oh,
Matt Chan.
Wow. Rich Froning jumped all the way down. That's a 12-foot drop. Sacrificing the body there, hopefully not twisting an ankle.
Chris starting his push-ups.
And again, this is a lengthy Metcon. This is going to take them a while. It's 7 minutes to get a ton of work done. And that was just the first round. We've had people lap other people after coming out of the gate very, very hard.
Rich Froning, 15.
And one athlete, I can't tell who that is. I think it's Matt Chan. He actually made sure that he got himself in a little bit of shade.
14.
You were right earlier, Marty, when you said that you think the shade will pretty soon be gone, and it pretty much is non-existent out there on the floor.
Not anymore. They're trying to cool their hands off, but they don't have the time to do that if they want to win this event. They've got no time to do that.
30 up and over.
And man, he's good at climbing that wall.
Let's see if he can.
Let's see if he just jumps again. Hopefully he'll save the ankles. Looks like he will.
He's the first one over again. Chris Spieler looks to be the second one coming over. Chris Spieler is not giving up on his opportunity here to sit at the very top. And again, there are 3 events. They will all be scored separately. This is if it is a multiple Metcon of 3 workouts, the sort of thing that Rich Froning does every single day. And of course, Matt Salo or Mikko Salo also in that multiple workouts day in, day out.
Well, and you know, Rich Froning Jr. to keep the title of, or to gain the title of the world's fittest man, he doesn't have to come in here and win every single event. He just has to place really, really high in all 3 events. He's built enough of a gap that it could work out that way. Oh, Rich Froning Jr. failed on a rep.
Jumps at 18.
Stops at 18, so he has 3 more for Rich, and he will have 2 more done as soon as he jumps over that wall. The rounds to beat, and we're only 3 minutes and 41 seconds into this one.
Rich going back to the wall.
The rounds to beat are 2 complete rounds plus 30 push-ups. Rich is going to give that one a run for its money.
Over the wall. Rich at the top of the wall.
Is Rich and Chris and Rich the whole time, but just on their heels, of course. A lot of extraordinary athletes too. Mikko Salo dropped the bar again, and he is heading back to the wall. And Matt Chan and Mikko are both about to go over.
Matt Chan.
They're on the exact same wall.
Mikko pretty much neck and neck. Holy smoke, watch this. Wow.
He's done that before, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah, being a firefighter, they are used to it.
And Mikko Salo is also
course
as well.
He's right shoulder to shoulder with another fellow firefighter, that of Mikko Salo.
Rich,
Austin Malleolo there at the bottom of your screen, climbing over the wall, and Graham Holmberg there on the other side of your screen, still working on those overhead squats. And we are looking at Chris Spieler and, of course, Rich Froning are going toe-to-toe.
That ground is hot. You can just tell.
Rich, 19 reps.
Rich has 19 reps. He's really pushing it to beat the rounds to beat, which is 2 rounds plus 30 push-ups. They want to make sure that these athletes stay in the plank position. You can't bring your shoulders up and then kind of snake it or worm it up. Whew, that is hot ground, Rich says. He only has 3 more, and he will tie the record so far, and that was established in the second heat. And there's 30 now. If he scales that wall, he's at 5 minutes and 22 seconds. Boy, he's a strong athlete.
Yeah, he's got his leg twisted around there a little bit in that gap underneath the pole at the top. Decides to jump down again. He's already taking the lead here. This is what you wanted to see out of your top athletes in the last heat.
To finish this workout today.
Oh, Dave's giving a little bit away. These athletes don't know what the other competitors have done, but yet Dave said out loud he could be the first one to complete this workout. So that gives Rich the go-ahead to know that he's doing well.
Spiel coming over.
Spiel coming over as well. Chris Spieler getting pretty close to it, picking up that bar, and he's going to get himself a pretty good time too. Now, let's not forget we got Mikko Salo.
But you know, Marty, that Rich is for sure in the top 6 because he's outdistanced every other athlete in the first 2 heats. So he's in the top 6, and that's the lowest score he'll get for this workout.
And you also have the very, very consistent Mikko Salo coming in at 5th place or 6th place across the board and doing very well. We'll have to wait and see.
25 seconds, and boy, the shoulders are getting pretty tired. Wow!
Finished.
He did finish. He's got to get over the rope. He's got to get over the rope. He's got 15 seconds in which to do that.
49.
He's got 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Oh, he finishes the workout. So he'll take first. He'll get 1 point for this round.
Time! Rich Froning, only athlete to finish that workout. Time!
So now he knows he just got 1. Now he knows he just got a 1 point.
30 toe to bar. The bar you hang from is the bar you touch. Run across to that bar. 21 ground to overhead. 30 toe to bar. Run across. 21 ground to overhead. 3 rounds. 7-minute cap. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, this is the start of the second event of this event triplet, I guess is one of the best ways to think of it. Each one of these events in the last event, or components of the last event of the day, is going to be ranked separately. And again, just to remind you, it's not 1 point that Rich Froning gets. The rank is first in that in that particular part of this workout, again, because it is scored as its own separate event. They had just 30 seconds for their instruction and then had to get back on the bar. Again, it is a lot of toes to bar just to kick things off. We're looking at 30 toes to bar, and then we're talking about 21 ground to overhead with 95 pounds.
Chris, well known for having body weight movements very much in his wheelhouse. And fatigue starting to set in. These athletes coming down off those bars.
And again, what we had in some of the previous heats is a different winner of each component of this workout. And we're waiting to see whether that will be the case this time around again, where we have one winner in the first component, a completely different winner in the second component, and then a third winner, different winner. And there's Mikko Salo there. And again, the judge watching his feet. And it looks like perhaps Mikko Salo is on too low a bar because he really can't get the swing going. He should perhaps decide to take a slightly higher bar.
Well, and Chris cleaning it and then jerking it. Actually, a little bit of a push press there. But these athletes, it doesn't matter how they get the weight overhead. They could squat snatch it, they could snatch it, which we saw several athletes do in the last round, in the last heat. Or they can simply clean and jerk it.
And Rich Froning is stepping over to the bar now. There's Graham Holmberg is looking at his bar there, and we saw Chris Spieler doing a great job of really a true snatch. Now he's gone back to clean and jerk. He's actually changed his style completely. Mikko Salo in the middle, Austin Malleolo, all dressed in white again, as he has been through the course of the weekend.
7 for Mikko, 10 for Chris. Chris is dropping that weight each time, which means got to take a second or two to reestablish his grip before he lifts it. Most of the athletes are actually doing that exact same thing. Mikko's not, Graham's not. He's just letting it touch the ground, retaining his grip.
Touch and go, 11 for Matt Chan, and we have all of these athletes having to readjust their grip, drop it from the top position. Graham Holmberg looking strong, looking very strong in this. Rich Froning having to play catch up, which is something he hasn't had to do very often through the course of this weekend. A great shot of Matt Chan there, powerful, powerful athlete. That's how he got to this point in the weekend. The final heat of the last event here at the 2010 Games.
Well, that's exactly right. And it looks like Graham Holmberg will be the first one back onto the toes to bar. The rounds to beat on this workout, and we're just approaching the halfway point, but the rounds to beat is 1 complete round.
1 round done for Matt.
Mikko Salo is second on the bar. He's back to the toes to bar. He's efficient. Remember, I mentioned he is a 1 minute and 11 second Fran, or not Fran, pardon me, Grace.
Wow.
And he is back in there, and we are looking at Chris Spieler now make his way back to the bar as well.
One more for Chris. It looks like he had a no rep. Rich Froning, it looks like a lot of gas taken out of the tank in that first workout in which he won. He was the only athlete of the entire day to complete that workout. There's Mikko Salo right there. 7-minute time period, or time cap, but these athletes, even though they might not get it done, that doesn't matter. What does matter is the amount of work that they perform. That's going to help them in the overall rankings.
16 for Graham.
Looks like Rich Froning on the left of your screen there is slowing down quite a bit. He's a gentleman that's used to this kind of volume, but he's shaking his head. You can tell that he's getting pretty tuckered out.
All of these guys had to put a lot of effort into that preceding event, and he was the guy who won that event. But again, he is right now having to play catch up, and as I mentioned, it's not something he's used to doing over the course of this weekend anyway. And we're looking at Graham Holmberg looking very, very strong, and he led out of the first set of toes to bar. Chris Spieler likes this particular movement. He's proficient at it as well. Graham Holmberg, though, was the first off the bar, the first to the barbell, and he was followed very closely by Chris Spieler. Mikko got there a little bit more slowly, but managed to be first back to the pull-up bars, or second back to the pull-up bars because of his speed on the barbell. And Graham Holmberg, again, showing people precisely why he was at the very top of the rankings for quite a long time this weekend, and he wants to get back up there if it is possible. He wants to take as many first rankings in this last 2 events that he possibly can, and he's doing everything he can to do that.
5 for Graham.
Well, and if Graham, he has 1 minute and 15 seconds, but if he can get more than 19 ground to overhead, then that'll put him higher than anybody else in this so far in this event. And Chris is going to come over and address the bar. Only 2 athletes on the barbells at this point, and that's Graham Holmberg and Chris Spieler. There's Miko Salo.
8 for Graham.
He's got one more, I think. Mikosela, I think, has one more. Let's see how he does when he gets back to the barbell, and how quickly he is, how much he is willing to put into this work. And I think Mikosela was looking for sort of workout where he could really get out there and let the engine run, as it were. And
boy, these athletes have just been put through the ringer this weekend, and you can tell they are tired after so many events.
20 seconds remaining, and Mikosela can do a very good job of getting very close to the top in this particular event, because he is so fast with the barbell. But all of these guys are Matt Chan. The one guy who isn't dropping it after every rep is Mikosela. So let's see if he can move get close enough to maybe take a second.
And Marty, they have had, over the course of these 3 days, they have actually had 9 different, I guess you can call them events, or scoring specific events.
Chest touches the ground, up and over the wall. That's 1. Down on the other side, up and over the wall. That's 2. 5 of those. 3 rope climbs, 3 rounds, 12 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Wow. Austin Malleolo kind of looking around, where do I go? And he's late getting to the ground on that first burpee. But there's a 12-minute time limit. The time to beat, we have had 3, I think, male athletes that completed this in the last heat, and that was 10 minutes and 47 seconds is the time to beat. We could expect several of these athletes where they are at the top of the leaderboard. They've proven themselves already in the previous 6 events that they are quite proficient at finishing workouts. We could expect that they would, nothing would be different here.
These are the best of the best, and let's see if that does in fact come to pass. These are the guys with the highest ranking coming into the final events of the day, and they are all going head-to-head here, the top 6 athletes. We have Chris Spieler, we have Austin Malleolo at the bottom of your screen, Mikosela, of course, we got Matt Chan next to him, and Graham Holmberg, Rich Froning are the very first to get to the ropes. These guys have gone back and forth with the lead over the past couple of days.
The crowd already starting to get to the feet.
How quickly they get to the rope and decide that they're going to tackle it. Again, you really have to think long and hard. It is 20 feet straight up, and whether these guys have what it takes. And there is Graham Holmberg and Chris
Rich
Spieler.
is going to take off the wrist straps. Graham Holmberg looks like he is him and Chris Spieler. Okay, they both touch pretty much at the same time. This is a bodyweight movement, pure and simple, right here.
It's 10:37 by Patrick Burke. Time to beat is 10:37.
So these athletes now know that at least one previous athlete has finished the workout.
And there's Mikosela.
That's all they know.
The top. Now he's got to come back down. And there's Chris Spieler.
Wow, Chris is an animal when it comes to this stuff. And I have no doubt he'll finish this workout. This is right in his wheelhouse. Although we don't know what the grip has gone through the last 3 days.
Chris Spieler, 2.
Wow. Chris is just climbing that rope like nothing. Graham Holmberg doing a pretty good job with the foot clamp technique.
What you don't want to do is pause.
Look at Rich.
Rich Froning doing what he can. He's struggling to get up there. Again, the grip is all but gone in these guys, but they've got a lot more work ahead. And Graham Holmberg touching, and he's on his way back down. He's gotten 2 rope climbs so far. Mikosela is on his way up and just about to hit for his second. And Chris Spieler, that is his 3rd.
Boy, I'm sure that Rich knows that he cannot afford to do poorly on this workout, on this event, but he's in trouble. He's tried that 3 or 4 times.
You've got Graham Holmberg, who's close. You have all these guys wanting another piece of that.
Yeah, Graham's
that
nipping at his heels, and Matt Chan is just shooting himself up that rope, using the foot technique on the way down so that he doesn't burn his hands. There's a good shot of
Chris
Spieler just hammering away at those over-the-wall burpees.
Establishing a big lead, and we have Austin Malleolo, who's back at the wall as well. They are the only 2 guys doing burpees right now, and we've got Mikosela about to get back on that rope.
Graham Holmberg going up and over the wall.
Pretty clear whether you have a missed rep or not on jumping over a wall. You either get over or you don't, so the judge's job is just a touch easier at this last portion, but they have been working hard throughout the course of these events. And hats off to those judges and the volunteers. They've done an incredible job.
Chris Spieler back to the rope, and we still have Mikko trying to get to the top for his third rope climb. He needs that grip, and he's down. Didn't get it.
And down comes Matt Chan.
What event there, Graham Holmberg. Yeah, that was in fact a burpee. One of the hardest burpees you're ever going to do. That's lie face down and try and drag yourself back onto your feet.
And Chris still looks like he's got plenty of gas left in the tank, right in his wheelhouse. We've said that before. And what a competitor. He told me, he said, because of his wrestling background, he did wrestling at a Division I school, Lock Haven. He says, you know, wrestlers are used to dealing with pain and putting themselves in that position and staying there for a long period of time. And so this is a workout that, yeah, it's tough, but he's okay with it.
Going up for a second.
Going up his second rope climb of the second round. I don't think he'll have any problem finishing this. We're just approaching the 5-minute mark of a 12-minute workout. We've got last year's champion. And, well, you can't see him right now, but on your screen is Graham Holmberg.
Holmberg doing a great job getting back up. And Mikko Salo lost his foot grip again. That's all it was. He was looking down at his feet the whole way up. He had a great foot grip. He was heading up, and he was doing a great job getting there, but he could not get there. He lost his foot grip, perhaps maybe 3 feet from the top. Incredibly disappointing. And he came down fast and hard. The grip was gone, tearing up his hands.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's over there and he's gripping his hands. It almost looks like he might have burned them. And there's, wow, a very impressive Chris Spieler.
Spieler's back
2 rounds down.
5:46, 2 rounds down. We're going to see some more men finish this workout this time around.
He's done 2 rounds in 5:46.
Chris Spieler on his third round.
And the time to beat on 3 rounds is 10 minutes and 37 seconds. So he's got just shy of 5 minutes to beat the best time on the day.
There's a look at Austin Malleolo.
Yeah.
Again, one of the guys to watch this weekend. Didn't exactly come out of nowhere, but not one of the best-known CrossFitters, certainly. And very, very powerful guy. He's got a huge deadlift, one of the highest of all the CrossFitters competing here this weekend. And, of course, we keep our attention on Chris Spieler, who coming into this, considered by a lot of people, pound for pound, the fittest person on the planet. It just so happens that he is 140 pounds and has been able to manage that weight and the challenges of this weekend extremely well. And we're looking also at a very frustrated Mikko Salo walking away and
Chris, not only is he a lighter athlete, but he's also a shorter athlete and not having any problem. Oh, look at Chris, or look at Rich Froning.
He decides that
he just gathered the fort. Oh, he just gathered the, rallied the forces, rallied the body, and climbed that damn rope without using any legs. That was impressive.
Yeah, he wanted one. He had 1 rope climb in the tank. Maybe he's got 2 more. He's still on his first round. Mikko Salo is also on his second round, pardon me. He just can't get that rope climb.
Okay, Graham Holmberg working hard. Matt Chan on the right there. He's working hard. He touches the top. Gonna be careful on his way down. Hopefully Rich is okay.
Yeah, he jumped up right after he fell.
Okay.
Jumped up. He's feeling good.
Okay.
And he's probably
My hands are sweating, Marty. My goodness.
Yeah, well, it's a hormone thing with you. And there's again Chris Spieler. He's got 1 more rope climb, and we're sitting at 7:52. And we have Mikko Salo, who is not done by any. And no, doesn't have what it takes. It's the pain in his hands. I don't think he.
You can't see this, but I can see Tanya Wagner, last year's female champion, and she is just screaming her head off at Chris.
And we're looking at Graham Holmberg right there. And, of course, Chris Spieler in the lead. He's on the rope. Everybody wants to see him do this. One of the crowd favorites. He's making
8 minutes and 23 seconds. Almost a full 2 minutes ahead of the previous best. That is just, oh, a little more. The crowd's going crazy. Oh, That is something. Dave's letting him know just how well he did.
Wow, that is a fantastic sight to see. That is Chris Spieler. He took this leg of the last event, but still, there are a lot of athletes still out there working. It has not yet been decided. We cannot decisively say who is going to take the title of fittest man on the planet. That is yet to be seen, and it could very well be, quite possibly be, someone else who is on the floor out there right now. We're going to have to collate all the results in just a short time. We'll bring those to you as soon as we have them, but we are looking at Graham Holmberg making his way up again. He is not done with this competition by any means. Rich Froning again is bicycle kicking his way up to the top of the rope again.
Wow.
He better find a way to get his legs involved before he tires out there at the top.
Well, you'd think he could figure that out fast. Oh. Now he's got something wrapped around his leg. Boy. And his shirt soaked in sweat, and he signals that he's just ready to shoot himself in the head. He's got a sweat angel on the floor, and he's not even done with the workout. There's Graham Holmberg. He says, I'm not done. Get out of my way. I'm going to climb a rope.
Graham Holmberg back on the rope and getting close to the top again. What an incredible view. And the view from up there is going to be spectacular. Hanging on with one hand and then the other just to get the little bit of blood back into the fingertips so he can finish it. One more for Graham, and he will finish this workout. Not many guys able to say that. Mikko Salo can't get that foot hook in, and crowd wants to see him go one more time. He wants to go up one more time, but he can't get that foot hook in. He's trying to figure out. He's not done. Wants to get up at 10:40. Got a little bit of time left. We have Austin Malleolo jumping onto the rope. He's not done either. He's climbing up, and he takes. He's a flexible guy. He's bringing his knees up high. He locks it in. He's basically squatting up that rope.
Marty, we have about a minute left in this workout, and I got to tell you, this is a year's worth of dieting hard, or at least eating correctly the right way, either a zone or paleo meals, and 2 a days, for some athletes 3 a days, trying to get the appropriate rest, staying hydrated, and it's all culminating into this final minute here for these athletes, and over a hard-fought weekend.
Almost down to 30 seconds, and we've got Rich Froning making another try at the top. Matt Chan just hit the top as well. Graham Holmberg doing his Spider-Man thing. He hanging on by one hand and not quite there. He thought he was there. He needs to touch it, and that was it. And there's Rich Froning getting it, and he should go down hand over hand. Both these guys collapsing in a heap, dropping from about 10 feet up. And we have Mikko Salo, his hands, too much pain. He can't get a hold of that rope again. Can't bear to do it, and disappointed. And
6 seconds.
Holmberg.
And Rich still going hard right at the end. Time. And that will do it, at least for the competition portion of this weekend. Incredible event, incredible programming, incredible effort on the part of these athletes. The crowd has not been disappointed. They're letting these athletes know it from the applause, the standing ovation. And wow is right.
Full year has come down to this. Mikko Salo, the 2009 champion here, is not going to go away with that title. We will have a new title, new man holding the title of fittest man in the world.
So we're going to get the result. As soon as we get the results, we'll read those and let you know who is where and who the final champion is.
And then there will be, of course, the closing ceremonies where we will actually present the winner of the 2010 games with the check and the title of fittest man and woman on the planet. And we are going to get those figures to you straight away, just as soon as we can. What an incredible afternoon!
Here's some replays.
Rich Froning going up and over, locking his leg in. That was a little worrisome. Look at the fans right behind there, wondering, is he going to snap his knee off? No problem, not at least at that point. And of course, the searing heat coming up, and there's Chris Spieler making his way over the top too.
Perfect form. That's the way you want to put on a clinic on how to do overhead squats there.
Award ceremony.
Okay, Miranda's saying award ceremony.
Stick around, guys. The vendors upstairs are having like major clearance. So take the next 15 minutes to go
Okay.
We're looking at some highlights here from the very last heat, and that is Rich Froning there going toe-to-toe, head-to-head. As we've been saying this afternoon with Graham Holmberg, what an incredible competition Graham Holmberg has had, not to mention Rich Froning coming into this. Graham Holmberg making his way to the top, but the crowd firmly behind Chris Spieler. What a performance. The crowd getting to its feet, and he was the fastest of the day on this event. Some incredible shots that we were seeing, and there he is there, Chris Spieler. Nobody's surprised that he would excel at the body weight workouts, but Rich Froning climbing up that rope, not using his legs, and then coming crashing down here. Actually, this is one of his best dismounts.
Yeah.
If we could call it that.
And Chris Spieler, I think that's his third and final round, third and final rope climb, but there's a good shot of this obstacle course that these athletes had to go through.